Hey guys, thank you for joining me. I'm going to do a review of the new Incubus album, If Not Now When. It came out on June 12th of 2011. This is 11 new songs by a band that's been around since 1991, and originally it was 4 members, and now it's 6. I mean, obviously Brandon Boyd and Mike Einziger are the 2 premier members of this band. And it's 50 new minutes of material from a band that I feel has always been strong, and I should preface this review by saying that I'm a fan of theirs, so take it with a grain of salt. I do think it's a strong album. I think that even though it's a departure, which they said it was going to be a departure, they said it was going to be something different, but it is, to me, in the sense just that it's entirely slow. It's not, there's no hard songs on this album, you know, it's very mellow in feel. That said, it's very evocative, it's very emotional, it's very powerful, and there are a good handful of really strong songs on this album. You know, I don't know if it's a super strong album overall, but there are definitely some wonderful songs. And, you know, I've been listening to it pretty nonstop for the last 4 or 5 days and trying to soak it in. Headphones, different times of the day, different moods. And, you know, I fell in love with these guys when I first saw them, and there's nothing that they can do hardly that I won't like to some degree, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to let an album slide by if it's subpar. But I'm going to give this album a high review, but first I want to highlight a couple of the songs on the album for you. They released a single in early April called Adolescence, and I think that that's one of the stronger songs on this album for sure. Rain's one of my favorite. You know, sometimes the first thing you hear is your favorite, but I think it exhibits some of that range that I miss from the album overall. Again, not having any harder songs, you don't really get the full range of Incubus that I know that they're capable of bringing, and I do hope that they bring some of that back in the future. But for now, you know, this album's going to have to do, right? So, you know, again, you know, not having anything in 6 years, I can live with it, and I do like this album. In addition to the title track, If Not Now When, which is the first song, which you're hearing right now, my next favorite song down the list is Friends and Lovers. It's the 3rd track. It's a really emotional song. It's powerful and definitely worth a few listens. There's a lot of nuance in this album, and it's exhibited well in this song. Isidore is really good. That's the 5th track, so check that out. In the Company of Wolves is the 8th track. Now this song was really interesting because after I listened to it a few times, I noticed some similarities between the eerie feeling and soundscape that Soundgarden's Down on the Upside album created, as I did in this song. So it's interesting because I've never really linked those 2 bands musically, although I've been fans of both of theirs. But this album, this song certainly is kind of a similar feel, so check that out. So again, you know, out of 5 stars, I guess I would give this album a solid 4 stars. You know, maybe 3 1/4, somewhere in that range. It's not their best. They're missing that range, and so I can't really go full bore on it. You know, it's great for what it is, and there's a handful of good songs on here. If you're an Incubus fan, you gotta have this album. If you're a recent Incubus fan, I think you'll like it because their recent material with Light Grenades and the like have been trending towards this type of stuff, so you'll probably like some of this. There's a handful of really good songs. Check out the songs I mentioned, If Not Now When, Friends and Lovers, Adolescence, and if you can, In the Company of Wolves and Isidore, and I think that you won't be disappointed. And they're going to be on tour, so check them out. And again, thank you for watching my first album review by a band that I really dig. Please leave comments and have a nice day.